Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mighty Beans podcast. It's an eventful one, this episode. There's going to be quite a bit to talk about as far as gaming goes, because 3 gaming events just happened back to back, basically. And I watched the whole thing. I don't know about Ruby and Francisco, but I watched everything, and there is a bit to go over here.
The only thing I didn't see was the PC showcase all the way through, but I saw, I think, most of it.
Wait, there was a PC showcase? Fuck, I didn't even see that.
Yes, there is so much happened this weekend, dude.
Shit. Well,
Yeah, man, it was fucking crazy, let me tell you.
dude, there was so much that was going on that I was like, I need to remember this shit. I legit physically sat down on the couch with a notebook, and I wrote down notes of all the things that I wanted to like mention or like talk about.
Yeah, there was
like
so
Tony
much
Stark
to keep
building
track.
a suit, man.
Yeah. It's quite a bit. But before we get into it, how are you guys doing? What you drinking? What you doing?
Ike has Wawa. I just got done eating Orara. And now
All right,
I
I'm
want
gonna need you to talk like
Eating
a
Lady
human.
Gaga?
All right.
What the fuck you doing?
I'm gonna need you to fucking talk like a human being, please.
With the Roma.
Shoved it up my ass.
I just have water. I probably will get like milk later to have with my sugar-free vanilla cookies. And I just had like a simple ass ramen with Texas toast for dinner.
Ramen with Texas
In
toast?
Arizona?
I didn't make the dinner. Ben did. It's free food. I ain't complaining.
Not gonna lie, it doesn't sound too bad.
It actually was pretty good.
All
It
right.
was pretty good.
What about you, Francisco?
Get it.
I just finished up some 4XP. It's kind of like G Fuel or Gamersubs, like that.
Okay.
And playing some XCOM Enemy Unknown. My week was good. I went to Fan Fusion last weekend. Or was it this weekend? Wait, what day is it? Wait, what time is it?
It
Where am I?
would have been this past
time?
weekend. It would have been like 3 days ago for you.
3 days, 3 doors down. I went to Phoenix Fan Fusion. That shit was tight.
Yeah. What'd you do there?
For the first time in like a very long time, I actually started going back to panels. Because back then we would just like wander the vendor hall for like days on end, no food or water, 3 days, you know,
No
that
food,
kind of stuff.
no water, no bitches, no money.
No pillowcase. One pillow.
Dude, I was fucking. I wanted like I wanted an energy
fucking?
drink. Later on, yes, but anyways, I wanted some energy drinks, and the fucking Celsiuses that they sold there, $8 a pop.
$8.
What?
$8 man.
Dude, that's fucking highway robbery.
It really is. Like I had to really conserve my energy and be like, no, this is not worth it. I can't do this, and I ended up not doing it. It was something, man. I did not give into that urge to get the Celsius, but
Thank God, dude. Stand your ground. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that sounds
you know,
horrible.
it was nice. I went to some Star Wars panels. They did one of those voice acting competitions. I auditioned for it and I got a part. So I'm like, fuck yeah. Last time I did that shit was last time I did that shit was literally 10 years ago at Konichiwa. That was the last time I did one of those panels.
Damn.
What part'd you get, dude?
I was a bird.
Okay.
there's an anime, I don't know what it's called, but it had these girls and they were eating ice cream, and in that scene that we were doing, there were some birds that are notorious for attacking people for their food, and
Oh, you were
there's
a
a
magpie.
scene.
You were a magpie bird.
Yep. My thingy said hawk, so I don't know. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
in the scene, Hawk swoops down, steals a an ice cream, whatever, and then 3 Hawks attack the girl that had it, and the Hawks were talking, and they're like, she looks weak, She pisses me off, and let's teach her a lesson. So, I played one of the Hawks that said, let's teach her a lesson. I only had one line.
Hey, but that's pretty fun, though.
Yeah, I actually, me and the two other Hawks that were in the scene, we ended up getting runner-up for our division.
Runner-up for your division? The fuck, you going to state?
Yeah. So there's beginner, novice, intermediate, and advanced. And we were in the novice division.
Okay.
And so they were doing first place winners for each division along with their runner-ups. So second place pretty much. But I just find it hilarious that second place went to 3 different people.
Interesting.
I guess that's why they call it
nice
runner-up.
Yeah. Runners
That's still
up.
pretty cool. Sounds like fun.
They were at the table and like, runner-up, we got the Crows. And I'm just like, huh?
All of us. We are all the runner-ups.
Yeah, like, first of all, we were Hawks. We weren't fucking Crows. So I'm like, wait, what Crows? And then the other person was like, hey, oh, it's the Hawks from the Bochi scene or something. And I'm like, oh, shit. So, like, I looked at the other, like, Hawks, and I'm like, oh, I guess we go up to collect a, like, prize, take a picture and all that stuff.
Did you go up to him and say Hawk Tua?
Oh, my God.
No, but I thought it was hilarious how the second Hawk should be named Hawk 2. But it was nice. What else was I gonna say? Oh, the fucking audience members, they were like, let's go Team Hawk or something like that, and they were like, arr, arr!
I don't know why they called you crows. You were making crow noises.
That's okay, fine.
What the fuck was that? You choke on a popcorn kernel?
It's a hawk.
I hawk at you, sir.
When you hear my audio, you'll hear that I made a decent hawk impression.
I don't know if I want to.
You know, you're going to.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you delete your audio right now.
Delete this.
Delete this.
Such an old meme. Classic. But yeah, I got a bunch of art pieces that I was not made aware of until we got there. Because usually when we go to the same conventions, it's always the same stuff.
Yeah.
A lot
like
of
the
stuff.
Same vendors.
Yeah, same vendors, and nothing really like stands out. There'll be like 1 or 3 like new things, but other than that, it's like it's whatever, you know. Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
They had some good shit this year, man. I got a lot of nice art. I actually gave Junior some art for his birthday, really late.
Oh.
Yeah, if I remember, I'll take a picture and put it up on screen because it looks pretty fucking sick.
Go ahead and describe it, Junior.
Well, basically,
It's a big dick.
Yes, it's a big dick, and it covers the entire screen, and you see nothing but its veins and all the little hairs and everything.
Dude, I
And
want
the
that.
mites.
No, it's basically it's like a picture where it's like somebody standing like on water, and the background is like the moon, but it's like halfway visible because it's like descending below the water, and you see the reflection of the moon like in the water. And it looks like that one hunter from Bloodborne. I think her name is like Eileen or something like that. She's like the crow hunter. And yeah, it looks pretty badass.
And the what is it? The moon is like a red reflect, like a foil type.
Yeah, it's like
Something like that.
yeah, it's got like foils and stuff on it. It's right behind me, so I'm like turning around to look at it. But yeah, it's also got like gold accents, so it looks really fucking sweet in like the perfect lighting. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, I'll put it on screen if I remember.
Yeah, that vendor. Sydney got a Howl's Moving Castle print, and it's Howl and that one girl like hugging.
Sophie?
Yeah, her. And Sophie, or what's his name? I was about to say Hawk.
Howl.
Howl is hugging Sophie, and the black wings are like like shooting upwards, and there's like gold foil accents around the paper as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Hopefully I can learn how to use that so I can make my art with the foil. I've seen tutorials of how to do it, but a lot of them haven't explained how to set up my printer to print like that.
Oh no!
You just gotta replace the ink with foil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can take a bunch of aluminum foil. You buy it from the store,
$30.
and then you put them in a crucible,
Spot information
and you
from
melt
me.
it into a liquid, and then you put that where your printer ink goes.
You know, I never tried that.
And you'll never have to.
I was literally about to fucking say that. God damn it, man.
You're too slow.
Sometimes being on the same wavelength is just a curse.
It can be.
Wah, wah.
Because now I gotta fight with other people for punchlines. This never happened back when I didn't have friends.
See, I got the edge on you right now too because I'm currently sipping on Gamer
We're
Subs.
edging? What?
What?
What's going on here?
What?
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 What's that?
What?
You
What,
gonna say
what?
something?
I mean, I'm on the edge.
Of glory.
Nah, of gooning.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yo, you're gooning. Is it for fun or for glory?
I'm not a casual gooner. I'm a competitive gooner.
Yeah.
The term
Anyways.
casual gooning implies the existence of competitive gooning.
Yeah. Or
That's
casual
pretty
sex.
Yeah.
That's pretty oh well, you know, competitive sex might be nice.
Could you know?
We're-
Right?
Don't rank up too high because then you're gonna enter the predator division.
Oh no!
Yeah. Well,
So we're
what were
porn
the
stars.
ranks? What were the ranks that Jerkmate came up with during that one thing? It was like, fuck.
Forgot about that.
It was like ballless bronze or something like that, and like stroking
Ooh.
silver or some shit, and gooner gold. Like it was like shit like that.
Oh my!
Oh,
God.
that's amazing. I love that.
I don't remember all the ranks, but it was shit like that.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty good.
I'm bricked up. How about you?
No, but real talk though. I mean, as humans, you know, we're very competitive, and we've done a very good job throughout human history to like make competition or sport out of pretty much anything. Do you think it's just a matter of time until we figure out a way to make like sex a worldwide sport?
It already is.
No, it's not.
It's called porn.
No,
It's called stripping.
it's not a sport. It's not the same thing.
That's not a sport.
I'm talking like a real, actual sanctioned sport that would be played around the
Televised
world.
sport played on cable
Oh.
television.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, honestly, it might happen in the future because back then they used to have slaves have sex in front of people as like a type of like entertainment or anything like that.
That's just
So
that's
it's
just porn.
probably
So
not-
we just got to go back
But
to
what I'm-
racism then.
I'm just not surprised if they actually do make that into some kind of paying sport in the future.
No, I definitely think it's going to happen. The question is, how soon?
Oh, I hope it's after my lifetime.
How do I
don't wanna
become
see
a
any of that
judge?
shit.
Think so?
What?
What's the qualifications for being a judge?
Well, you got to be an adult. That's one.
I hope
yeah,
that's
yeah.
one.
I'd say that's primary focus number one.
Yeah, I agree.
You have to be an Inuit.
You gotta not be a virgin.
Yeah,
Fucking virgins.
that'd be another one. Yeah, you can't judge on something you can't do, right? Wait a minute, that's what gymnast judges do already.
Uh-huh.
Unless they were gymnasts way back then in the day.
No,
No, you can't tell a fat ass Jim there used to be a gymnastics.
you,
I don't know.
you,
Open
mind.
you know,
Open mind.
you slurred your words, but you got there. I understood what you were saying.
Yo, why are we talking about porn when we could be talking? Oh, by the way, for episode 69, Abella Anderson. Yeah, look her up. She's nice. She's good.
Oh my god.
I forgot
I can't
about
believe
that.
I missed her.
I forgot about that.
I can't believe I totally missed out on that. Abella Anderson, when you listen to this, I do apologize. I'll never forget you.
Yeah, because she's
got me through
definitely
high
listening to
school.
this.
I think she forgot you.
But
Oh, wow.
we were supposed to be talking about the game announcements.
Yes, the game announcements. So, as I'm sure many of you know, by the time this comes out, just this past weekend, as we're recording this, the Xbox Showcase, the Summer Game Fest, as well as PlayStation's State of Play all already happened. And I guess there was a PC Showcase that I missed. I didn't realize that was going on too. But those all happened, and a lot of shit was announced, and there was a lot of updates to like already currently going like games. And like I said, I wrote down a list of all the shit that was announced, and I have it all written in front of me here. But before I go into my list, I want you guys to go ahead and talk about what you want to talk about, and then I'll cross them off the list if we've already talked about it, so I don't go over it again.
I definitely don't have any games to talk about. I have a new console to talk about.
Yes, there was a new console announced.
And I think Nintendo's in trouble.
They might be.
They actually might be in trouble for the first time in a decade or so.
It all just depends on how well it runs.
Let's not blue ball our audience. What are we talking about here?
So, Xbox has announced their very first portable console, the ROG Xbox Ally X.
Ally, Ruby.
Ally, sorry. Ally X, right? But that's just one of the two options that they have. The other one is just without the X, right? Comparing the two systems, the X is black, the non-X is white. Honestly, I think the black looks nicer anyways than the white, just because white stains really easily. So the differences between them is their, of course, processor, how much memory, storage they have, and I guess they have like different port options. There's more options in the X compared to the Ally. And of course their battery size, and it says dimensions are different. It seems like the Ally is a bit shorter compared to the X, but it's probably not that much of a difference for it, and everything else is the same between the two. It looks fucking good. It looks like it's gonna feel great in my hands. I am actually really excited for this because I've been playing a lot more Microsoft. So I actually would play the fuck out of this compared to the Switch at the moment. My only, drawback, doing some research on this, is the price. I haven't seen an official price yet for this. There's just been a lot of rumor that's going to be like $600 or more.
That is a load of barnacles. Why would the handheld version of an Xbox cost more than the actual console? That makes zero sense.
Because you can take it with you anywhere.
It's for the sake of convenience. It's the reason why getting a laptop with the same specs as like a desktop will cost you more.
It's for, exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly for that.
The technology that they have to put into it and the amount of work they have to put into it to make it run just as well as regular Xbox, but also make it portable, does make it cost more. That does make sense.
I suppose.
Which, if this thing was like $400 or somewhere around competitive against Switch, I would drop money for this console in a fucking heartbeat. The rumors of it being $600 or more, I'm like, I'm hesitant, right? But of course, it's not the official pricing. It says holiday 25 when it's either supposed to come out, or maybe there's an official pricing. It's actually doesn't specify for that. There's a link that you can get emailed when the X or the other version is available. So I did sign up for that so I could get an email about it. But I am really excited.
Here is my argument to justify the price. The Xbox Ally being $600 would make it $100 more than the Switch 2, but you'll be able to play games like Expedition 33 or Doom.
Oh.
Or like, well, actually, that was also going to be on the Switch 2. I was going to say like Hollow Knight Silksong, but that's also going to be on the Switch 2.
But Silksong!
You know, Call of Duty. There's just going to be a much bigger library because all the games that you have on your Xbox will also be able to be played on your Ally, assuming, of course, the Ally will be able to run them properly. And there is a difference in performance between the Ally X and the regular Ally. I have it pulled up here on the regular on the Xbox website. The Ally X just has basically a slightly better processor, and it's going to have more memory. The X has 24 gigabytes of memory, where the Ally has 16 gigabytes. And then the X is going to come with a terabyte of storage, where the Ally is going to have 500 megabytes of storage.
Which is a pretty big fucking difference now with like games coming out as big as they are.
Yeah, so the X is most likely they're going to do the same thing that they did with the Series X and the Series S. Is the X is going to run better but be a little bit more expensive, where the Ally is going to not run as well but be cheaper. Is my guess.
Yeah. Like
Which
the Switch
makes
and the
sense.
Switch Lite.
Yeah. Give it the option for folks that like, hey, if you can't get our expensive one, at least we'll make this affordable, but of course you don't get the full specs.
Right.
We made a version specifically for the peasants.
I am one of said peasants, so I'm okay with that.
I too am a peasant. That's why I will sell my left testicle for this.
There you go.
I don't need
Wait,
both.
but you can always donate your sperm. Oh wait, no, you have to. Is that purchasing? What the fuck? How does that work?
Wait, what's the question?
To become a sperm donor, I mean, they do pay people for that, but you gotta have like
a lot of.
You gotta have qualifications for it though.
You have to have
Like
basically
what?
clean fucking health.
Well, for one, you gotta be good looking because when women go and select what sperm they want, they're not gonna pick some uggo. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna want sperm from a short dude or a fat dude or a dude with diabetes or some shit like that.
If you have any pre-existing health conditions, or if any of those genes run in your family, you're not able to donate.
Damn,
so if
son.
any one of your parents on either side has like diabetes, heart conditions, high blood pressure, anything like that, they'll either put you on the bottom of a list, or they basically will say, no, you're not qualified. And then after you pass all of that screening, then they're going to look at your genes, see how well you actually look.
If they're ironed.
If you're not... What?
If you ironed your genes.
Genes. Oh, shut up. Fuck you. And then, once you pass all of that, they'll be like, okay, here's a bottle, jacket, and we'll come and collect.
Ooh, they gave you a free jacket?
More of a
nice.
coat guy myself.
I hate you.
Yeah, more of a hoodie, but that's fine. A jacket is nice too.
Yeah.
I like jackets.
Windbreakers are
I like
nice.
zippers. Ooh, windbreakers are nice because they're more expensive, but at the same time they have more utility functions.
Yeah.
You just
So, yeah.
justified the Xbox.
What?
That same idea, slap it into the Ally X, and there you go.
Costs more but has more utility.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, that's the Ally. Looks pretty cool. Like I said, just got to see how well it runs. If it can run like Black Ops 6 at full like 60 FPS at like 1080p on that little screen, then I would say it's justified of a $600 price point. Maybe even
With
$700.
ray tracing.
Yeah, Nintendo's definitely in trouble.
4K resolution.
I don't know if they're going to do
120
that.
frames per second.
It's only like a, what is like 7 or 8 inch screen. I don't know if it's going to be that much.
Let's see here. It's 290.8 millimeter by 121.5 by 50.7. So whatever that conversion is in inches, there you go.
How many millimeters you said?
290.8 by 121.5 by 50.7.
So the first one you told me was 11 inches. And then by 121,
Yeah, 121.5.
that's 5 inches.
Okay, and then 50.7, which must be the thickness of the console.
Which is
itself.
2 inches.
Damn.
So
that's
so
not
it's
bad.
11 by 5, basically. That's the screen
Yeah.
size. Okay.
And it weighs 715 gram. No, what is that? Is it the weight?
I don't know what you're
There's no
looking
way.
at.
So it has. So in the dimensions, right? It's comparing the two consoles. It says 715 G. That can't be grams, though.
Or can it?
It can be
I don't know.
grams.
It's-
That comes.
I mean, it's interesting.
That can be grams. It comes out to 1.5 pounds.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
But I don't really care about that shit. I just want to see how it runs.
It's gonna run pretty quick considering how light it is.
I'm gonna run quick when I steal it.
Now you're thinking like anyways.
Anyways, yeah.
Like
well, anything else from the announcements that caught your guys' eye?
I truthfully haven't seen anything from any announcement, so I am in the dark.
All right.
Dude, the state of play was fucking amazing. I loved it.
That's what Mario said.
There
too.
was a lot of really interesting stuff announced during the state of play.
It was like I normally don't get excited for state of plays because there's never anything they announce that I'm actually interested in. But this one was good. I think I made a tweet about it, stating all the games that I'm super excited to see.
Okay.
One of the first ones that they announced was a game called Pragmata. Which
Pragmata.
is
That's one that was announced a while back, but I think it's been in development hell for a while. That's the Capcom game, right?
I don't know if it's Capcom. The only thing I know is that it's like a mix of Dead Space and Stellar Blade. It has like the Stellar Blade art style, but it looks like it's the gameplay is similar to like Dead Space.
Yeah, so it's a third person.
Very sci-fi.
Yeah, third person like action shooter game where you're like this dude in space with a spacesuit, but there's this like little girl that he's like got traveling on his back with him. It is Capcom. I just looked it up.
It's some kind of android, right?
I think so, yeah. She gives off android, but she's got like these weird like sci-fi powers and you can like use her to like do shit. Looks really interesting.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that one because it just looks really good. The graphics. Graphics are good. Gameplay, if it's good, then that's going to be a win.
Yet another banger by Capcom. Do these guys ever miss? Do they?
Yes.
Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was pretty iffy.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, when it comes to creating IPs at the very least.
I don't think so. In that regard, no. There was something I saw on TikTok. I don't know what the game is called or a little bit of the premise of it. I don't know if it's even for the same company. I just saw a snippet of a game where it's similar to Unravel 2, where it's a side-scroller 2-player game, like a co-op game. But the entire game was created and filmed in stop-motion picture. Or stop-motion claymation.
Oh, yeah, stop motion. Let me see. I have that written down here somewhere.
It looks so pretty. Like, I'm actually very interested in trying that game out. Just because to film the entire thing in that style of animation is so fucking exhausting, dude.
I do remember seeing that. Was that part of the State of Play or was it the Xbox Showcase?
This
have
was
no
Summer
idea.
Game Fest. It's called Out of Words.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The main characters that you play as don't have mouths.
Yeah, they don't have mouths. And this one caught my eye too because of the claymation stop motion, like animation. Like the game just looks really, really good too.
Yeah, it does. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's like Unravel, where it's like the 2D side-scrolling platformer, like puzzle platforming game, where you and a co-op partner have to like get through the challenges that are laid ahead of you.
Right. I don't know if it's made by the same company who does It Takes Two. It seems very similar to that. It's not. Okay.
No, it's not. I know it's going to be on the Epic Games store. I don't know if it's made by Epic Games, though. I can double check real quick.
The only reason I know it's not that same developer is because they just released Split Fiction. So if they are working on another project, it probably won't be announced for a while.
You know what, though? I haven't heard anything about that game.
Split Fiction?
Yeah.
It's really freaking good.
I mean, that's what that's what I've heard you say, but like when the game was released on TikTok and Facebook, I didn't hear anything about that game.
Probably just not in the algorithm. I saw a lot of stuff on Split Fiction.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's like bad or anything like that, because we know A Way Out and It Takes Two are both also great. And when those games came out, I didn't hear anything about them really.
Yeah, but I guess that's true. I'm just surprised that I really haven't like heard anything about those games.
The developers of Out of Words are Kong Orange, Wiredfly, and Morton Sandergaard.
Yeah, I haven't heard of any
Bless
of
you.
these companies.
Same.
Well, you know, new companies coming out. They're starting to build their own games.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, you know what? This company sucks. They don't love games, and they're just doing their own shit, which is great for us.
We are definitely living in the era of indie developers. Like there are more and more
Yes.
indie developers and indie like companies that are just starting to pop out of the woodworks and are starting to create just absolute fucking bangers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
I know that you're probably tired of me saying this. I really don't think, though, a game is going to be Expedition.
This year, I don't know. I like, as far as game of the year goes, that is definitely my game of the year right now. And whether a game can beat it this year is going to be tough. But I don't think it's the greatest game ever made. I do have other games I like more than Expedition 33.
Oh, no.
But
I'm talking about, this year.
Yeah. This year for sure, though. It's definitely like number one this year for me.
So far.
I think the only thing that could possibly get close or beat it is the release of Ninja Gaiden.
We'll have to wait and see. That new trailer.
Yep.
That new trailer was shown, and my nipples got hard. I'll tell you that much. That shit looked so fucking good. The only thing I'm confused about is as they were showing, the whole trailer was basically just a few cutscenes and then gameplay with character like dialogue in the background. And they mentioned the Dark Dragon, which I'm a little confused about what the story's going to be, because the lore is that like the Dark Dragon Blade and then like the Dragon Sword are both created from like dragon teeth. But the Dark Dragon Blade was like cursed and like it has evil powers. But at the end of the first Ninja Gaiden, as everybody knows, because you've played it, Rui and Francisco,
Right.
Ryu destroys the Dark Dragon Blade at the end of the first game. And in the fourth game, they're talking about how they're going to destroy the Dark Dragon. So I'm like, what? I'm confused. What are they talking about?
Maybe this is the time. No, that doesn't make sense either if it's before the time.
It's
Because then it wouldn't be Ryu.
I don't know.
Or Ryu.
It's definitely
It's like, yeah, we decided to retcon this game and that game so that we can tell our own reimagining of this game.
please no, please bro.
Oh, no.
I mean, when I play Ninja Gaiden, you don't really play for the stories anyway, so like it's not that big of a deal. It's just that because I'm a Ninja Gaiden nerd, I'm confused as to what the story's going to be about,
Like, why is he relevant again?
Yeah, my theory right now is that someone is planning on like reincarnating the Dark Dragon or some shit.
Bring an old villain back from the dead. Resurrection F.
Yeah.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Oh, no.
Don't fucking remind me, dude. Anyways, so Pragmata, how you pronounce it? That you're excited for that one, Francisco?
Yeah.
What else you got looking forward to?
There was another game. I think it was a game that was announced right after that one, or a little bit after Pragmata. It's called Romeo is a Dead Man.
Yep, that was right after Pragmata. Yep.
And it looks like it's a hack and slash game. And I'm just a sucker for hack and slash. I love hack and slash games.
That game does look like fun.
And I like the art style in the very beginning of the trailer. Really, really turned me off. I'm like, this looks like dog shit. This is awful.
It reminded me of Pizza Tower when I saw that intro.
And then they actually got into the gameplay, and the graphics or the art style changed to make it look like a modern game or whatever.
I honestly think the art style was very similar to like Devil May Cry.
Yeah. In the actual gameplay, not the beginning of the trailer.
Right.
The beginning of the trailer looked like ass. But it was very action packed. I forgot most of what happened in the trailer because it was a while since I've seen it. I didn't get a chance to like rewatch the trailers or anything.
The trailer mostly just showed off a lot of the gameplay, just like mechanics of like attacking and like defending and blocking and shit.
Yeah. But it is a game that I'm excited for.
One thing I did notice, I haven't looked it up, so I don't know if it's actually true. But at the very end of that trailer, the main character like says something, and he kind of sounded like Johnny Young Bosch, but I haven't looked it up or anything to see if it actually was him.
Ooh. Very nice.
Well, yeah, that game looks interesting to me too.
I need to watch these because I can only imagine as you guys are describing these games, and I'm like, damn it, dude! I need to watch the the announcements.
You don't need to watch the full showcases because everything. If you watch everything, it's like 8 hours or some shit like that.
Oh God.
Yeah, and not every single game is like a hit. There are plenty of misses.
I'm just gonna star the ones that are really interesting, Ruby, and then I'll send you those trailers later.
Oh, okay, cool. That works.
Okay, Romeo's dead. What else you got, Francisco?
Silent Hill F.
Ooh.
That shit looks amazing.
Looks pretty good.
I didn't play any of the Silent Hills, but this one, it looks like it takes place in Japan. I could be wrong, whatever. And it follows this woman. I don't exactly know like what makes her special in this game, but she's pretty much going through her village, and it's overrun by these. I don't even know what they are. They're not aliens, but they're not zombies. They're like, it looks
Infected?
like I don't know if they're infected. One of they look like oh man, I don't know the creature's name, but there's a Japanese legend of like this woman who like made herself into the Joker, so she like split her cheeks, so whenever she opens her mouth, her entire like face opens up.
I know what you're talking about, yeah. And she like follows like people or like in alleyways and shit.
Yeah.
I don't remember what
And
it's called.
she asked like, "Oh, am I pretty?" And if you say yes, then she like cuts your cheeks open to make it look like hers, and if you say no, then she just straight up kills you.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yes.
Yeah,
I have heard of that. I think that demon was actually referenced in Demon Slayer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there was a demon about that.
Oh, nice.
Continue.
Oh man, it's an actual like Japanese name. That's why I don't remember it.
Yokai?
I think
No,
she's just called like the Scissor Lady or something. I don't know.
Let me do some research. I'm gonna just mute my mic so you don't hear my clickety clack.
Oh, thank God.
But
I
it
can
looks
change that.
like but it looks like those creatures, Silent Hill F. It's definitely a game that I want to play while I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah, it does look interesting. I also haven't played Silent Hill before. I only did like a little bit of the one on the Wii, which I think is called Shattered Memories, but that's about it.
Yeah, okay. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
So her English name is Slit-Mouthed Woman, also known as Kuchisake Onna.
That's what it was, yep.
She is a malicious spirit described as a woman who wears a mask carrying a sharp object, often scissors or a knife. So that's what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, Silent Hill F looks amazing. Definitely want to play when it comes out. Another one that I'm excited for is 007 First Light.
That does look interesting. That one looks like it takes place like before 007 became like popular. So like it's like a young Bond, like barely like starting his adventures, you know?
Yeah, in the trailer they're describing his track record from like the military or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looks fun. It reminds me of the Indiana Jones game, kind of like that. Obviously not the same gameplay style, but it just reminds me of that. They're like making these movie titles, they're making video games for them, and it looks good.
It does look pretty good.
Other than that game, this one I am the most excited for. Marvel Token Fighting Souls.
Not for me so much on that one, honestly. I don't really play fighting games that much anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fighting games anymore, but when I saw this, oh man, I fell in love. I'm picking my mains already, man.
And they're all going to be top tier. I'm calling it.
Probably fucking broken with iframes.
Did you guys see that that post? I tagged you guys in it. Hunter x Hunter's coming out with a fighting game.
I did see that, yes.
I did, and it's going to be a traditional fighting game too, not like a typical arena anime one.
Yeah, thank God. It's going to be like an actual 2.5D fighter.
Yeah, it's going to be actually fun.
Yeah. I don't like arena fighters. I don't know why. I do not like them.
The only arena fighter I've actually like thoroughly enjoyed was Mortal Kombat Armageddon. But even that like wasn't as much of an arena fighter as like these other ones.
What's an arena fighter? Like open arena that you can like move around in?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 3D fighter pretty much. You can move three-dimensional as opposed to like up, down, left, right.
Oh, like Pokken tournament?
Like Tekken? Oh, kind of, but the difference is like with Tekken or like Mortal Kombat Armageddon, those are like 3D that you can move, you know, front and back and shit. But it's not like a big open arena that you can like freely run around like the Dragon Ball games basically.
Oh, I see.
Or like the Naruto like Ultimate Ninja Storm games.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck's an arena fighting game? Aren't they all in an arena?
Yeah, something like the Dragon Ball ones. Those would be like the arena fighters.
Gotcha. Understandable.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Okay, so
yeah.
So what else you got on your list?
Remaining Spider-Man, just so you know. This way, no one's calling me top tier. What do you call it? Someone who just picks top tiers.
Top tier slut.
Yeah, I guess that's what you
Every
would call it.
character that you always main is this broken ass stupid top tier shit.
Yeah, it's a coincidence. It's not like I make a solid conscious decision like, all right, I'm only gonna main top tiers. It just happens.
I mean, you might as well have.
I'm just that good. My intuition has never led me astray before. Oh, by the way, for that Hunter x Hunter fighting game, I think I put Meruem, Killua, and Kurapika in there. So when that game comes out and there's a tier list, and they just so happen to be high tier or top tier, not my fault. I'm just letting you know, man. Character loyalty.
Is the Hunter x Hunter one also like a 3-person tag team?
Yes.
Those are also becoming popular too.
Yeah, I was just about to say that wasn't such a common theme in fighting games.
I mean, tag teams were a common thing in arena fighters in general, but I feel like Dragon Ball FighterZ has like really like brought it back, you know?
Damn, I haven't heard that game's name in a while.
Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Yeah.
Good old days, man. I love Dragon Ball FighterZ. But its time has unfortunately come to an end.
It's all right.
I'll never forget it, though.
So
I just feel like it got boring quick. Like there wasn't anything new or exciting to learn. Like once you learn a trick, like that was it. There's no figuring out something different.
well, clearly you didn't give the game an honest try then, because there was a lot of shit to learn.
For what, Dragon Ball FighterZ?
I'm not talking about myself as a player. I'm talking about us watching people play it. Like there's no unique. Once you figure out a trick, then there's like not that many options to make it new or different after so many years.
You clearly didn't watch enough gameplay, because the tournaments were hype as shit, and how unpredictable
Yeah.
people could be sometimes was part of it.
It was incredibly hype when I watched it many years ago. But getting back into it, just rewatching some of Sonic Fox's stuff, I was like, nah. I'm
Okay,
just
that's
not
your
into
problem.
it.
You're watching Sonic Fox.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Sonic Fox is a good player, though.
Yeah, but he's not a good person.
He's not beating Goichi. He's
He
not
can't be a
beating Goichi.
He can't be as shitty as Leffen.
True.
Yeah, now that's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's a lot to talk
But
about. So
anyways.
moving on your list, Francisco.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see. Oh, I did put honorable mentions for the state of play. Hirogami sounds pretty cool, or it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's another like hack and slash. You play as like an origami warrior or something like that.
Yeah, that one's got like the top-down like eagle eye view though, right?
I'm not sure if it's eagle eye. I think it's a 3D movement camera.
Yeah, but the perspective is like a top-down the whole time, isn't it?
I don't think so. No.
Let me see. Hero.
I'll have to rewatch the trailer again.
I thought it was. Yeah, it is. I'm looking it up right now.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. But that one looks cool. There's a game called Cairn, where it's a game where you pretty much climb a mountain. But for me, it actually looks interesting because you like get damage on your hands, so you have to like fix them up, and it just looks interesting. It looks challenging. So I'm willing to give that a try.
Yeah, that one's like climbing simulator.
Yeah. And then there was another game called Tides of Tomorrow, which is a game where you follow like some kind of story, and before the story has like multiple outcomes, different choices, all that stuff, and before you make one of those decisions, you see what everyone else picked, everyone who played the game before. So you can decide whether you want to make this decision that this person took, or the other decision that this other person took.
Yeah, to my understanding, the way it works is that like it's pseudo multiplayer, just because it's like you go in and like while you're doing your story, somebody else is doing it at the same time, and the actions that they choose during their playthrough will affect yours like real time. Is the way I understood it when I was watching that trailer, which is really cool.
It's a really cool premise.
Yeah.
I hope it's executed well.
My only complaint about that premise in particular is just that it's going to be one of those games where it's an experience that you need to like, live through while it's happening, because once those servers go down, or like once people stop playing that game, then that unique experience is no longer available.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like play it while it's hot type of game.
Right out the press.
Yep. Roasted, toasted. But it does look really cool, though.
And I believe that was it for the state of play. I did not... Oh, and they also made a new trailer, or showed off a new trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Metal Gear Solid
showed off
3
a lot
remake.
more this time. Yeah.
Yeah. They showed off the Ape Escape Easter egg.
Yeah. It's going to be like a game mode or something.
Maybe, yeah. And then it looked like they kind of hinted right at the very end of the trailer a potential like multiplayer like game mode where you can like hunt each other. Like one person like hides and the other person tries to find them. I don't know if you saw that or not, or if you noticed.
I didn't notice, unless you were just talking about the boss fight with the end.
Well, at the very end of the trailer, it showed a player that was camouflaged as like a tree trunk or some shit. And then they like uncamouflaged and they ran out and grabbed something. And then they re-camouflaged as just like mud on the side of a water. And then another what looked like a player came walking by and didn't see them and then just kept walking. And then the trailer ended.
Oh, I did see that. I figured they were just showing off a new ability that you can use in the story mode in the game.
It does look like it could be that also, but the way that the other person came walking and walked away, it looked like another player.
Possible. I thought it was just a enemy NPC.
It could be. I'm just speculating here.
Well, I guess we won't know until we find out once the game comes out.
Yeah, true.
The Xbox Showcase, I forgot what games were there, so I'll leave it to you guys.
Okay, I can go over that. Was there anything in the state of play that caught your eye? I mean, the Summer Game Fest?
I thought the Summer Game Fest was the showing of the State of Play and the Xbox Showcase and the PC Showcase.
No, the Summer Game Fest had its own like set of like reveals and world premieres and everything.
Sorry, I stepped away and to help out with the baby and came back. So what happened?
In that case, no.
Okay. Francisco was talking about Metal Gear Solid, the 3 remake.
Oh, there's a new one?
Yeah. They're doing a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, but there was just another trailer because this was announced a while ago.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I may have saw it and I was like, and I just like hit next or like fast forward it.
How could you?
Just not my kind of game.
Yeah, not everyone can appreciate perfection.
Is that why you still play Star Fox?
It's perfection.
Sure.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start going through my notes here of the things we haven't talked about yet. And then
there's a lot of games.
Yeah, there are some games that got announced that I just wrote the name of, and I don't remember like what it's actually about. So I'm gonna have to like do a quick Google search just to double check. But we're gonna start with the Xbox Showcase because that's the order that I watched them in. So they announced. I'm only gonna like say what they announced, and I'm only gonna talk about the shit I'm actually interested in. So they announced Outer Worlds 2. Another game by Obsidian. High on Life 2 was announced. Resonance Plague Tale Legacy. It's a new game in the Plague Tale series. The Blood of Dawnwalker. That one.
Ooh, that one was good.
Yeah, that one is a new IP by Rebel Wolves. That one looks interesting. It's like your character gets like bitten by a vampire, and now he's like a hybrid human vampire that can like survive in sunlight or some shit.
Interesting.
It's like a third person like action game. Looks pretty cool. A new Super Meat Boy called Super Meat Boy 3D was announced. So instead of just a 2D platformer, it's a full-on 3D platformer. I'm not gonna go over games that like already exist and are just getting like updates or DLCs. So I'm just gonna skip over that shit. A new game by Game Freak, the developers of Pokemon. It's called Beast of Reincarnation.
That looks interesting.
You could tell it's made by Game Freak because there were frame drops during the trailer.
Oh my God.
I did notice that. I
Does
did
fucking
notice
look
that.
like Pokemon?
No.
No, it's totally different. It's got like a more it's got like a realistic art style. And
Interesting.
The art style reminded me of Black Myth's Sun Wukong.
it is similar to that, yeah. The best way I can describe it is like imagine if Pokemon was a third-person action game, but instead of controlling like Pokemon as a trainer, you just turn into the Pokemon and fight.
Okay. Interesting. Well,
Let me see.
I guess we just have to give it a chance, see if, they've actually
What about my uncle? Did you
Got
give him a
better.
chance? Did you?
Beast of Reincarnation. Oh, never mind. This is the one where you have like a pet wolf.
Now I'm listening.
Oh, Animo is the one I was thinking of where you turn into a Pokemon. That's a different game.
Oh. Not made by Game Freak?
No, not made by Game Freak. But Beast of Reincarnation, yeah, it did have frame drops during its trailer.
Oh my God.
Then this
That's
one
embarrassing.
looks really interesting. Clockwork Revolution. Do you remember that one, Francisco?
Yes. It looks good.
This is like a first-person shooter, but your character can like control time, and so you can like rewind time to like make things reappear, or fast forward time to like make things decay, and you can like control it in the middle of like gunfights and shit. It looks really, really cool.
It really reminds me a lot of BioShock.
Yeah, I did get BioShock vibes. Honestly, when I first saw it before they announced the name, it kind of looked like BioShock Infinite 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of too.
So Clockwork Revolution looks interesting. Grounded 2 was announced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the story from that one, from what I can tell, is basically the kids from the first game that got shrunk were able to unshrink themselves, but in the second game, I guess they just get shrunk again.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Kind of boring story.
yeah, but it looks good though. The first Grounded was fun, so I'm sure the second one's gonna be cool too. I mean, they showed off stuff like being able to like ride like animals and
Ants.
shit. Yeah.
Oh. That'd be fun. Riding into battle against the spiders on the back of a fire ant. That'd be dope.
Yeah, pretty much. So there was that. Chronos, the New Dawn. This is like think of like a Dead Space spiritual successor, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, that one looked pretty cool.
That one looks interesting. Aphelion, I think that's how you pronounce it. Aphelion. That's the one where it's like this lady's in space and then her ship crash lands on this like planet, and it's like Karen, but she's doing the reverse. She's trying to go down. You remember this trailer, Francisco?
I did, and I was not interested in the game at all. But then, like, the last few seconds of the trailer was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Think of it as like playing Uncharted, but it's only the climbing sections. That's what I think of when I see this game.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, but after seeing the last few seconds of it, it made me think that there's something else like going on with it. You know?
There's more to it.
There could
Yeah.
be, yeah. It was just an announcement trailer, so there's probably some more stuff that they're going to show later on. Just have to keep an eye out for it. This next one is actually on my list of like keep an eye out for. It's called There Are No Ghosts at the Grand.
Okay. Interesting title.
This game looks like it is doing way too much, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. Like, it starts off as like a typical like simulator game where this person's, I think it's like their father or grandfather, like passed away, and so they inherited this hotel. And the beginning of the game is like, oh, you clean it and you organize the lobby, you put in couches and shit. But then as the trailer went on, it's like, oh, we're actually like investigating like this mystery, like, oh, this place is a ghost town and there's actually like crazy shit that happens at night. And then the game like progresses from there and it turns into like Luigi's Mansion.
Ooh.
The game looked like it's doing way too much. Like it wants to be every genre possible.
Oh god.
But it looks interesting though.
Well,
I was intrigued by the trailer when it first started playing, but then as it kept going, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not just like a simulator game or something like Unpacked, you know. Then it tried having a story, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting We Happy Few vibes from this.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye out for it because that one's one I want to see unfold. The next game...
Who knows? Maybe it'll be good.
It could be good. I don't know. The next game that looked interesting to me is called Mudang Two Hearts. I'm pretty sure this is a Korean developer or Chinese developer. And it's like a tactical, like... I want to say like a really like more action-packed like Splinter Cell. With a really realistic art style. And it looks pretty good, not going to lie.
What was the name of the game again?
Mudang Two Hearts. Which is funny because Mudang's also the name of that baby hippo.
Oh, is that the one where it kind of looks like Yakuza, sort of? Kind of?
No, it doesn't really look like Yakuza.
I'm trying to remember what that game was. I'm pretty sure it was like that dude in the rain, right? And it was two dudes talking.
No, this is the one where this dude has like a tactical like helmet with like the night vision goggles and shit. It's like an Asian dude.
Oh, that one.
And then it like randomly cuts to this girl with like blue hair and like big titties.
Huh,
that's why
I don't remember the blue
Kajun's
titties.
That's not the only reason. It just looks interesting.
You don't deny it.
As soon as he said the guy with the helmet, I'm like, oh, I know exactly which one you mean. Yeah, that one looks cool.
And it's got like the proper levels of gore too. So Mudang looks interesting. Anemo is the one that I was thinking of, where you turn into your Pokemon essentially. That's like a card game. Yeah, that one looks like whatever. Honestly. Let's see. At Fate's End, this is the one that had like the cartoony art style, like anime-ish. It's a 2D like action platformer game. Kind of like what's it called? Kind of like Hollow Knight. It kind of looks like that as far as gameplay goes.
Oh, okay. A game to pull my hair out in. That's great.
You remember that one, Francisco? It's the one with the girl wearing all red and she has the white hair and she controls her sword telepathically.
That sounds pretty sick.
I don't remember it. What's it called again?
It's called At Fate's End.
That one I legit do not remember.
Well, it looks pretty cool. Not much to say other than that. It just looks pretty cool. Gears of War. The first Gears of War is getting another remake. But this time it's going to be cross-platform and it's going to have cross-progression. And it's going to look even better, apparently.
Well, I mean, I don't mind playing it again, but I've played it like 4 times now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they're just keep remastering the first one. It's almost like they're admitting it's the only good one. You know?
I mean, would you say that all the other ones were also like just as good as the first one?
No, the first one is definitely the best. I really do love the third one, though, just because of the story. We don't talk about 5.
I think for me personally...
I heard Judgment Day was the best.
Judgment fucking sucks.
I'm kidding.
I think for me personally, I like the second one the best. Just because I think that one has the better overall package.
Is that the one when you go into Jacinto?
No, that's the third one. The second one is the one where you fight Queen Mira and you kill the Riftworm.
Ah, yes,
Or
that
Scorn.
was a
You
good
fight
one.
Scorn. I want to say.
That was a good
game?
one, dude.
Anyway, so yeah, Gears of War is getting another remake. Persona 4 looks like it's getting a remake. Persona 4 Revival is what it's called. They didn't show much of it.
Yeah, it's coming to the Xbox.
Yeah, they didn't show much of it. They just showed like a short cutscene of like the dude walking, and that was about it.
That's
Maybe
Stranding?
I should find out what the game is actually about. I guess all the adults, or just everyone in general, in this like one town disappeared.
I guess I've never played it. I don't know what it's about either.
Yeah, me neither.
And
Persona, you said, right?
yeah, Persona 4.
You can't say it like that. You got to say it like Persona.
Persona.
Oh God.
Even that was cringy for me.
Oh, but you know all about that though.
I'm looking at cringe right now with Ben. I do not want to talk about what I'm saying.
Helicopter.
I was gonna say.
Okay, changing the subject real quick. I did that to myself at work, and I was
You
spinning around
helicoptered?
my keys. No, I had my work keys, and I was just bored, right? Because it was kind of a slow pocket of the day, and I was just like helicopter, helicopter, and I just fucking made myself lose it doing that for some reason. I was laughing my ass off in the lobby.
Oh, I know why.
But anyways, continue.
Invincible. We got a fighting game announced as well. It's called Invincible Versus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't the same Invincible I'm thinking of, right?
Invincible, like the show, yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I'm
Yep,
definitely
it's-
playing as Ami-Men.
Yeah, the FGC
It's
was definitely losing their mind over that one.
It's going to be another 3v3 battle.
Pues que merda.
But it's a traditional 2D fighting game though, or 2.5D,
okay.
however you want to say it. But
2.5.
the 2.5, but the 0.5 really doesn't matter.
What the fuck is the 0.5?
The 0.5 is just because they're using 3D models, but they're still fighting on a 2D plane, so it really doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. Anyways,
That's
Yeah.
stupid.
So like
I
a
can't
2D
say
fighter
that.
would be games like Skullgirls or like the Street Fighter 2, and 2.5 is Dragon Ball Fighters and other games.
Smash Bros.
It's
even
all fucking side scrolling.
Smash Bros. Is even a 2.5.
Oh my god, that's side scrolling.
2.5 party game, whatever. 2.5 party fighter. That's what it was.
Somebody was hit with the tism when they wanted to be unique. With
You
that.
were simply touched by the tism. I was molested by it.
molded by it.
So yeah, Invincible's getting a fighting game. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy 16 have been announced for Xbox.
Oh. See how nobody cares about 13, Francisco?
Give it 10 years, man. Beethoven had
No.
to die before he became famous.
You have to play a real one, okay? Just play any other number but that one.
Play with these nuts.
Yeah, 13's an unlucky
And-
number for a reason.
No, they fucked up on this one, okay? 13's usually a good
No,
number.
it's not. It is historically an unlucky and bad number. Fuck you.
Well,
Why
it's
is
my
it the
lucky number.
why is it the day that most people call out? The majority in the country.
Because they're fucking bitches with superstition. What about it? And that's actually not the most call out day. The most call out day is after Super Bowl.
That is true. Anyways, moving on. The final announcement, which was the one that actually caught me by surprise the most, was Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
What?
Bro.
Yeah, that one caught me by
What?
surprise because Black Ops 6 just came out last year, so I was not expecting another Black Ops right away, for one.
That's what I was gonna say.
And then two, I didn't even realize what was happening during the trailer, because the trailer just like showed some random dude, and then some other dude like comes out from the back from the like darkness, and he says Mason. I'm like, what? And then he turns to him and he goes Menendez, and I'm like, what? And then it like cuts
thought-
to
yeah.
like BO7. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, as soon as I heard those words, I'm like, no fucking way.
How the fuck's he still alive?
But I do think it's funny that when it like first shows Mason, they pan the camera up slowly from the feet up to the face as if we were supposed to know who this person was. But the whole time I'm just like, oh, who's this guy?
That's what I was like too. I was like, what's happening?
I'm like, oh my god, is it Norman Reedus? Or is it going to be Mads Mikkelsen? Or someone, recognize? Is it going to be fucking Liam Neeson? And then it's not.
And it's not any
it's
of
just
that.
some dude. Yeah, it's just some dude. I'm like, that was... The fanfare was all for nothing. But the story looks trippy. That's what I can say about it. It looks trippy. Do you think they're gonna do that whole like mindfuck thing from Black Ops 3?
I didn't play the campaign on Black Ops 3, so I don't know.
Black Ops 3, I didn't play it, but I've seen some videos, and it's like this whole, like, you play scenarios in your head. Like, missions take place in your head, because you're under drugs or something. I don't know. Something weird like that.
Okay. How is it a world war if you're in your own fucking head?
What?
Wait, never mind. It's called Call of Duty. Just kidding. Ignore me, as you were.
Call of Booty.
Got him.
Call of Booty Blackhawks.
Oh my god.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Good times, good times.
Okay, well that does it for the Xbox showcase. Yeah, the number one thing that I'm most excited for that is definitely Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden looks fucking sick. That makes my nipples hard. Anyways, moving on to PlayStation. Luminous Arise was the first thing that they showed off, which it looks really interesting. You might be interested in this one, Ruby. It's like a rhythm type game, but like...
I'm already am.
It has this gimmick where it's like there's blocks on screen and then there's a line going across. And so like it's a combination of like a rhythm game, but also like a Tetris type game. Or like a... Not even... like a Candy Crush almost.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it. It's really, really weird. You just gotta watch the trailer. I'll star this one for you.
I guess so.
'Cause I think you'll be interested in that one. Did that one catch your attention at all, Francisco?
It did at first, but the gameplay looked too complicated for me. It looks like something that I'm just going to be really bad at.
I think I'll also be really bad at it, not gonna lie. But I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Well, sweet Mother Teresa on the hood of a Mercedes Benz.
Watch your profanity.
We already talked about Pragmata, Romeo. There's a new Bloodstained. That looks interesting. The very first time I was watching that trailer, and they were talking about how the castle has appeared again, I was like, oh, new Castlevania. And then they showed us gameplay, and I was like, yeah, that's Castlevania. And then, boom, Bloodstained. I was like, oh, shit. But
Wrong.
I'm excited for that.
It's quite the fucking curveball there.
I'm excited for that. I love the Bloodstains. I recommend you guys play them if you like, Metroidvanias. Well, Castlevania.
I'll see if I can get into it.
Definitely play Ritual of the Nights. I think Curse of the Moon you might not vibe with as much, but Curse of the Night I think you would.
Okay.
But I'm confusing myself. Anyways, new Digimon game. That one looks.
Digimon.
Yeah,
Digital
that one
monsters?
looks whatever.
I didn't think they fucking made Digimon games.
Digimon's still around. Yeah. It's not as popular as Pokemon, obviously, but it's still around.
Interesting.
Final
Yeah, they're
Fantasy.
trying to like scrape by.
They'll try. Final Fantasy Tactics is getting a remake, and in the remake, you can choose between like all the new shit or playing as like just classic Final Fantasy Tactics. So that looks pretty cool. Baby Steps looks ridiculous. This is like one of those games. It's like a rage game where your character is like purposely like hard to control, and you can like fuck up somewhere and like lose a lot of progress. So the story is like you play as this dude that really has to pee, but he has pee shyness, so he needs to like go find a secluded place to pee. But he controls like a drunken mess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So if you like your getting over it's with Bennett Foddy's, then you're probably gonna like this game.
Which I don't.
No, thank
so I'm not
you.
gonna play
I like my sanity.
Everybody's golf Hot Shots. There's a new Hot Shots coming out. Another
Hot Shots.
another golfing game.
Wait, like Hot Shots, what we used to play on the PlayStation?
Yeah, like old school Hot Shots. They're making another one.
I didn't think that game fucking even existed anymore.
The last I heard of it is there was a Hot Shots VR on PlayStation VR.
What the hell?
Yeah, actually, Dad played a little bit of it, but you know how he does with VR, so he couldn't really continue playing.
But how is it that... Okay, well, a discussion for later.
Okay. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound was showing off for the PlayStation State of Play. That looks like a lot of fun. Can't wait to play that. That one plays like more like the classic Ninja Gaiden, where it's got the 2D art style and shit, pixelated art style. Made by the same people who did the Blasphemous games, apparently. So, looks like fun. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection is just a collection of a bunch of Mortal Kombat games, just like any other like Sega or like Nintendo collection game.
Sega.
It was the like the first 5 games, something like that.
I don't remember all that was in it. I do know for a fact, at the very least, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 are on it. Because I do remember seeing those. But there are more than that. I just don't remember which ones. If Mortal Kombat Armageddon's on there, I'm definitely going to get that shit.
It's not.
I loved playing that game, dude. That game was so fun.
Conquest mode and Mortal Kombat Armageddon was one of a kind. It has not come back since. And that is easily the best part of that game. And even if that was the only part of the game that worked, like if my disc was scratched and the only thing I could play was Conquest, I would still play it over and over again anyways.
Yeah, I agree. It was really, really fun and unique.
Okay, so moving on. Neo 3 was shown off. I haven't played the Neo games, but it looks cool. VR Thief game. I only played the first Thief for like a couple hours till I got bored, so that's whatever. Sea of Remnants looks pretty fun if we can get like a group of people to play together. That one just basically looks like Sea of Thieves if it was like an RPG.
I never played Sea of Thieves.
It's another
pretty fun?
it's another one of those multiplayer games where if you get a group of people together, it's a lot of fun. But playing by yourself is not that fun.
I see.
I used to play it a bunch back in the day, but not so much anymore since everybody else stopped playing it.
Yeah, I was about to say you played a lot with Jacob. I remember you guys getting on it a lot.
Yeah, I used to play a lot with Jacob, Philip, and Jedi. But
Speaking of, we haven't played like our games in a while, like Helldivers or Lethal Company, Liar's Bar, anything like that.
We played Liar's Bar. What was it? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that.
something like that.
Is
Yeah.
that so, you bitches?
We already had
That shit
4
was so
players.
much
You
fun.
couldn't join.
I could have just sat in the lobby and feel like one of the homies. Okay.
True, you could have, but we didn't think about that.
Why? Thanks.
Yeah, that was fun. We played with Jacob. It was a time.
They added a lot more game modes.
Yeah, they
really?
did, and new characters too.
Oh, nice.
We'll play again. We'll play again.
Oh, what was that one new character? It just talked like...
Oh yeah, dude. There was a character legit sounded exactly like this. Give me 1 second. He sounded just like this.
What? 3 kings? That one's got a devilish.
Oh! Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Sounded just like that. It was fucking hilarious.
Oh man, it's amazing, bro.
that sounds like fun.
Anyways, moving on. Sword of the Sea. That game looks like Journey, but you ride on a skateboard the whole time instead of just floating throughout sand.
It's Journey Freeriders.
I wrote in parentheses here next to it, Journey meets Tony Hawk.
Meets Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Ow, my knee.
My ankle.
Oh, my ankle.
Oh, my ankle. That's what it was. Oh, my ankle.
Yeah. So that game looks like whatever. I never played Journey, so that game looks like whatever.
It was really pretty. The soundtrack was nice. That was it.
That's usually what people talk about. FBC Firebreak looks like another like multiplayer like first person shooter. I think this one's like an extraction shooter though, so it's got that going for it, but I personally didn't really care about that. And then
What's an extraction shooter?
Extraction shooter is like you load up with gear and then you go into like a match and then you can like attack and kill other players or enemies and then loot shit. And then when you leave, you take all your loot with you, and then that's further stuff that you could take with you on your next like adventure.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
But if you die during your adventure, then you lose all that shit you took with you.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, so if you take all your best gear with you on one mission, there's a potential to lose it all.
Yeah.
There was a game that similarly plays like that, but I can't remember what game that is.
There's a few.
If I lose it all, slip and fall, I will never look away.
There's a few games that are like that. The one that I played the most was called Vigor. That one.
That's what it was.
That one was basically just a free-to-play Escape from Tarkov, which Escape from Tarkov was the big popular one. So that's why I just played Vigor because it was free version.
Right.
Yo, say that 5 times fast.
No.
Come on.
But then also PlayStation announced their very own fight stick. So another thing for the fighting game community to get excited for.
Nice.
So yeah, that was the state of play for PlayStation. So now moving on to the Summer Game Fest, there was quite a bit announced on this one, and a lot of it is pretty stacked. First thing is Mortal Shell 2 was announced. I never played the first one, but it looks really good.
Oh, nice.
They showed off Death Stranding 2. They didn't show any gameplay or anything. It was literally just a cutscene. So
Another walking simulator?
yeah. The whole reveal was just a cutscene of this dude talking to like a therapist. That was like the whole thing.
That must be the most exciting thing in the game.
Yeah, probably.
It takes 5 minutes for the camera to pan from the sitting down person, and it pans over to the therapist, and it's Hideo Kojima.
You know, that's not too far off of how it actually played out.
Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah.
So everyone got to play the game for free?
Yeah, pretty much. So Death Stranding 2, Medieval Chronicles looks like another medieval like action game, kind of like Chivalry. Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Was that
Someone's excited about that one.
Was that already announced before, or was this its first announcement?
It was already announced.
Okay, I
But they were
thought so.
showing more of it off.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, they showed off some new shit, like Steve, like Minecraft is gonna be in there.
What?
Oh, yeah. Dude, they're announcing that they're going to be crossing over with multiple IPs. So, the first person that was announced was Hatsune Miku.
Oh, that's right.
Oh
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Fucking god, dude. There cannot be.
Hatsune Miku.
That's
Hatsune
crazy.
Miku is going to be a playable racer in Crossworlds.
Yeah, Hatsune
That's
Miku,
crazy.
Ichiban from the Yakuza games, and then Joker from Persona.
Oh my god.
And then after that, that's when they announced Alex and Steve from Minecraft and all that stuff.
And they were also rubbing into Nintendo's faces because the creator of Sonic came out on stage and was like, and unlike some other racing games, we're going to allow you to play cross-platform.
Ooh.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Yikes. Well, Nintendo is not on its high stadium or podium anymore.
I mean, they will be soon enough. You just give them time.
Well, we'll see.
They'll come up with a Nintendo racer, so you
A
can
lot of
race with
people-
Mario, Luigi, Yoshi,
I wonder what they'll call it.
Mario Kart. Super Smash
Kart.
Kart.
Pissed at them about the Switch 2, so we'll see.
Okay, so moving on. Code Vein 2 was also announced. End of Abyss is a new game. It kind of reminds me of like Little Nightmares. Have you guys have seen that before?
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to play that game still.
End of a Nightmares it kind of reminds me of like End of Abyss reminds me of Little Nightmares mixed with like Resident Evil at the same time. That's what I think of when I see
Yeah.
that game.
I did see that one too.
They showed
I want to
off.
play Little Nightmares.
What's up?
I want to play Little Nightmares. It looks... Every time I see it, I always tell myself, damn, that looks like fun. Like, I would actually enjoy this game a lot.
We should play it together. I've never played it before.
Oh, let's do it then. We'll make plans.
Bet. All right, moving on. Mouse. They showed off more gameplay for that one. Do you guys remember Mouse?
Yeah.
The things that cats eat, right?
Yes.
That game
Actually,
looks so much fun, man. I really
don't
want to play it.
remember.
Mouse.
Actually don't remember
Mouse
what
is
you're
a
talking about.
first-person shooter that plays kind of similar to Doom, but it's got the rubber hose art style of like Cuphead, and it's all like black and white.
Oh! Yes, I do remember. I think I even said that this game looks like shit.
That game was announced the same year that Steamboat Willie became public domain.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's right.
I think that was.
That's
I think
right.
pretty sure that was back in 2020. That's when it was first announced.
Yeah.
So we finally got
So
to
then
see more
back
of
to the
that.
drawing board. Okay.
Yeah. So there was that. Game of Thrones is getting a video game called Game of Thrones: War for Westeros. They didn't.
Yeah, it's gonna play like it's gonna play like a strategy game.
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember them showing off gameplay, but I do remember them putting a lot of emphasis on you having control over the story and that there's multiple like different options that you can select.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that
It's like a tall tale kind of thing.
kind of, yeah.
No. Wait, like that?
Well, they didn't show gameplay, so I don't know how it's gonna play, but in the sense that you can control how the story plays out, yeah.
I thought it was
Like
gonna play
every-
like a strategy game, like the Age of Empires.
Well, I mean, it might. Like, they didn't show any gameplay.
I thought they did.
I'm pretty sure it was all just cinematics.
Ah, okay.
Well, I guess we'll see.
I mean, I could look it up real quick.
Maybe in this one. Wait, Francisco, have you seen Game of Thrones?
No,
Okay, shutting up. Anyways,
I've only seen the first episode.
I'm not saying anything else. Go ahead, Junior.
Okay, anyways, moving on. There's a lot to go through here. Atomic Heart 2 and a MMO in the Atomic Heart universe were announced called The Cube. Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
It's pronounced the Allspark.
The Allspark. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, that's a beat 'em up that plays like the Ninja Turtle games.
Nice. Teenage Mutant
A new
Ninja
Onimusha.
Turtles.
Oh yeah, it was
Onimusha
made by the
with the
same
sword.
developers, right?
What's up?
What was your question?
It was made by the same developers. Marvel Cosmic, whatever. They did Shredder's Revenge, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, they announced the Scott Pilgrim beat 'em up too.
I'm not there yet. Let me just cross it off the list since you said it already. Yeah. It's called Scott Pilgrim X. And then, yeah, it's another beat 'em up. Let's see, going down the list. A new Onimusha, Way of the Sword, was announced.
Damn.
This next one looks really fucking good. It's called Felt That Boxing. Do you remember that one, Francisco?
No. Was that? This is the Summer Game Fest itself, right? Because I think I told you that I didn't watch it because I thought it was just State of Play, the Xbox Showcase, and the PC Showcase.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is Summer Games. Yeah, Summer Game Fest. Basically, this is a boxing game that plays like Punch Out, but everything is done with puppets.
Oh, I saw that.
That
yeah.
sounds like a fun ass.
Like,
game.
unironically, Ruby, like you should like mute yourself and then watch the trailer while I keep talking about this, just so you can see what what I'm looking at.
Right
No,
now,
that,
right now.
that
I'll do it right now. But I'm gonna mute myself now.
Okay.
it does look fun.
And it's
I'm also wondering how the fuck
is it
that's
called
going
again?
to work.
Felt That Boxing.
Okay.
And it looks like a lot of fun, and visually it looks really entertaining. It doesn't look like a game, the way that they made it. You know what I mean? It looks like you're watching like a puppet movie or puppet show or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
So that's why I'm wondering, like, how is that going to work?
I don't know how it's gonna work. It just looks really cool though. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude,
But-
am I watching a fucking Muppets like side story? What the hell's going on?
It looks good, doesn't it?
It does so far.
Okay, so Felt That Boxing. Arc Raiders looks like another like just team-based first-person shooter. That one looks like whatever. Lies of P DLC Overture. That looks pretty sick. That also became available the same day that it was announced as well. So I definitely need to get my hands on that. That's for sure. Seven Deadly Sins is getting a video game, but like, who really gives a shit about that? It's Seven Deadly
Yeah.
Sins. Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. That one is like a Nickelodeon top-down like beat 'em up is how I'll describe it. It looks like you could play as a bunch of different Nickelodeon characters, but they only showed about like 10 seconds of actual gameplay, so not much to go off of on that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Let's see. There's a Deadpool VR game.
Actually, that looks pretty fucking funny.
It looks good, right?
It actually looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
The guy who's like your trainer, he's like, "You're nothing. Give me that shit." Like it's like talking down to you. It's actually really funny. That slaps the shit out of you when you're in the boxing ring.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I'm willing to give it a go.
Yeah, same. I'm definitely getting that. Let's see. So that's Deadpool VR game. Killer Inn. This one is pretty interesting. This is like a mystery murder house meets battle royale.
Oh, yeah, it reminds me of Clue.
Yeah, think of like Clue, but you can actually kill each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it. It just looks really cool though. Chrono Odyssey is like a fantasy like action game. That one looks pretty interesting. Mio Memories in Orbit is like a how do I describe it? It's like think of like a Ori and the Blind Forest type of game. If you ever played that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw the trailer and I got bored.
Yeah, well,
Oh my god.
think of it as like Ori. Let's see, that was Mio. Voyagers looks interesting. That is another co-op puzzle / platformer where you play as Lego blocks.
Saw that.
I don't know about that one.
That one looks interesting because the way I saw it based from the trailer is you play as a Lego block and then you need to attach Lego pieces to yourself and to your teammate to get past these like puzzles or like gaps and shit. But you have to like do it properly. Like you have to put the pieces in the proper order to actually like have it work. So it's gonna be like a puzzle game too. Looks interesting to me.
Yeah, I just don't like the art of like Lego pieces. So I might just pass on that one.
Once you watch the trailer, you're gonna change your mind. Trust me.
Probably not, but we'll see.
Alright then. Let's see. Fractured Blooms. I don't remember what this one was. Oh wait, I do remember this one. This was described at the actual showing by Jeff Keighley. Doki Doki Literature Club meets Silent Hill.
Ooh.
So that's how.
Now you've got my attention.
That's how he described it. It's called Fractured Blooms.
Interesting.
So I'll just leave it at that.
I don't remember it.
That definitely sounds interesting.
Next one is called Mina the Hollower. This one is like you play as a mouse and you go through and like just attack people. It looks like it's inspired by Zelda, like old school Zelda, where it's like the 2D games. And it's made by the same developers that made Shovel Knight.
Ooh.
So that one caught my.
I like Shovel Knight. That was a fun game.
Yeah, that one caught my attention because of its similarities to Zelda.
Speaking of,
Uh-huh.
go ahead, Jenner, because I just remembered you started playing, what was it called? Something of Wisdom, the new Zelda game.
Oh, Echoes of Wisdom?
Echoes of Wisdom.
Did you ever finish it?
Yeah, I beat it in like a week.
How was it? I don't ever remember asking your feedback about it.
Oh, it was really good. I'll give it like a 8.5 out of 10.
Nice. Can I borrow it?
Yeah, if you want to, sure. I'll let you borrow it. What I really like about that game is the fact that there's like not exactly, but there's like 30 different solutions to like one puzzle based on like the echoes that you get by that point of the game and like how you decide to utilize them and shit. I actually have a clip saved on my Switch when I first started playing the game because I got to a point where there was a puzzle to get to. I think it was like a heart piece or a chest. And it's like very obvious what the game wanted me to do. It wanted me to make an echo of like a flying something that I can latch onto and then fly over these like gusts of wind that'll glide me over this chasm. But instead I was like, nah. And I just went like to the side and I just built a bridge and I just walked over.
I think I saw you watch dude, I'm having a fucking stroke. I remember you solving that because you sent me the video. I'm like, what the fuck, Junior? How do you figure this shit out? He's just like, what? I'm just smart like that. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, because you said it's like a Zelda mimic, and I just remembered, didn't Zelda just come out with a new game? It was Echoes of Wisdom. Didn't you just play? Like, it was like this series of thoughts that just started appearing in my mind.
Well, now you know.
So yeah, yep, sure do.
Oh
shit, it's getting late.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to get through these. You keep cutting me off.
I'm sorry.
So Mina the Hollower, Zelda-like game. Dying Light the Beast looks like Dying Light 3. Looks really fucking good. I'm definitely getting that shit day one. I like the Dying Light franchise, so I'm definitely getting the fuck out of that game.
I gotta get those. I gotta beat them.
Highly recommend if you want to play alone. They all have co-op campaign.
I'm so scared.
Ah, nice.
Acts of Blood is a game that was made by a single person in what was it? Taiwan, I think, or something like that. I don't remember where they said, but it's a third person like beat 'em up. Looks pretty cool. Let me see. Scum is, to my description. Have you guys ever played Rust?
No, actually, I have never played Rust.
No. I know what it is though.
Well, my best way to describe Scum is it's just hardcore Rust. So, we'll just go with that.
All right.
Let's see. Mind's Eye. I don't remember this game, honestly. I just have it written here. I don't remember what this game looked like. So I'll keep moving forward. Lego Party is just basically Mario Party, but it's done with Lego.
That looks fun.
It's a game I'd play. I don't know if I'd buy it for myself, but if like someone came over and they had it, I'd play it for sure.
Yeah, we could do like a one-off. It'll be on the Game Pass maybe.
Yeah. Let's see. Next is Wildgate. So Wildgate looks interesting. Basically, the way I'll describe Wildgate is imagine playing like Star Wars Battlefront 2, where you do the space battles, but you can actually like fuck with the ships like hardcore.
Okay.
So in the trailer, it showed them like putting thrusters on ships to like make them crash into each other, because you can do like pseudo building where you can like put things onto other things to have them like interact in weird ways. So it's like a 10v10 like versus mode in space where you can like seamlessly go between ships and like travel like in space and fight each other. It just looks really cool. Just imagine like really interactive like space battles from Battlefront 2 is how I'll say it.
Okay.
I like that.
Let's see. Blighted. Blighted is the game that's made by the same people that made the Guacamelee games. And it's basically another Metroidvania. It's all I really got on that one from my memory. This one. Okay, Ill is a survival horror game that looks like it will actually be scary. This game genuinely looks terrifying and like a lot of fun, and it looks very gory too.
Is it co-op?
Probably not.
That's a shame. So I'm watching you play first, right?
I mean, yeah, if you want to, sure. So Ill looks like a lot of fun. I'm definitely excited for that one. I'm gonna start that one too.
I remember seeing the game Ill, but I forgot what it really was.
All the trailers that I'm starring here, I'll send into the Discord so you guys can watch them later if you want.
Yes, sounds good.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna start this one too. Killer In for Ruby, and then okay, there one. Okay, so Ill looks really good. I don't even know if I spelled this one right. It's like Infinite Somalis or something like that. I don't even remember what that game looks like.
Infinite Somalis?
Tamales. Hey.
Something like that. Let me see. Infinite Small Game. Oh, that's right. Infinite Smalls. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, this game is like Grounded, but instead of playing as little kids, you play as like little aliens, and it's gory.
Huh.
And it's about like war and shit. This one did look interesting too.
War never changes.
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. I'm pretty sure that was announced at the Game Awards or at the last PlayStation State of Play, but we finally saw like more of it. The Wu-Tang Clan is getting their own game.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
It's called Wu-Tang Rise of the Receiver.
Interesting.
Did you see gameplay, Francisco?
I think so.
Oh, Rise of the
I think
Deceiver.
I was. Actually, don't remember that much.
Well, it looks like another like third-person action game, but it's got like a cartoony art style, kind of similar to like Hi-Fi Rush.
Okay.
So that one is just funny. Ooh, this next one. Okay, Into the Unwell. This game looks fucking insane. Did you see that one, Francisco? Into the Unwell?
I did see it. Oh man, I'm trying to remember exactly how it looks like. It's like really cartoonish, right? You play as like a cat?
Yeah, you play as like this cat guy, and it is really cartoony. It does have like the Cuphead like type of style. But it's just like really what's the word? Like it's got a lot of like character. It's got a lot of charm to it. It just looks really fucking cool. I don't know how to describe it.
I know what you mean, though.
Sounds like this year has a lot of promising games coming out.
There's a lot, dude.
Unlike last year, we were kind of like, it was okay. There's like 2 or 3 games we were kind of excited for, and that was it. So this is an improvement.
Yeah, I'm liking a lot of the stuff that they announced. Into the Unwell, I'll start that one for you guys. Splitgate 2 announced their Battle Royale at the Game Fest, so there's going to be a Splitgate Battle Royale. I'm curious about that. Stranger Than Heaven is the newest game that was announced by the people who made Yakuza. So this is the one you were thinking of, Francisco, where it's the guy in the rain.
Okay, yeah.
So that was announced, I believe, at the Game Awards, but it was under like their code name for the project. It was called like Project Century or some shit like that. But they finally showed off the actual title, which is called Stranger Than Heaven. And then last and certainly not least, the Resident Evil 9 trailer was revealed. Resident Evil Requiem.
What?
Yup. I'll start that one for you too, Ruby.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you see that, Francisco?
Yeah.
I did see it, but I did not recognize it until it said Resident Evil.
Yeah, I didn't recognize it either until I saw the Raccoon City shit on the typewriter, and I was like, "Oh, it's Resident Evil." But I thought that was really funny because, like, an hour before that announcement, the CEO or president of Capcom came out when they were revealing something else. And they're like, I know you guys are all anticipating Resident Evil, the new one, but please just give us more time. We promise it'll be ready soon. And then, like, an hour later, they show that. So, I remember why he came out. It's because Resident Evil is celebrating their anniversary, so a shit ton of Resident Evil games are on sale right now.
Nice.
Whew. But yeah, all right. That's everything that was interesting enough to talk about. There was a lot of like stuff where it was like updates to like Fortnite and shit like that I didn't bother talking about.
Dude, that game, I'm so fucking over Fortnite.
You never even played it.
I did.
Did you like it?
And then
You
they
played
started
enough.
bringing in. I had fun at the time, but I felt like just too many kids have come into that game that it's just like I'm overhearing Fortnite.
Yeah, it's fair.
It used to be fun. And even when the battle passes came in, I actually like bought some of the battle passes that have specific skins, certain details for my like shovel and all, or my pickaxe. But it's just it became overran by fucking 8-year-olds that didn't know how to form a sentence properly, wrecking my ass in building.
Well, I mean that's any like.
So your issue's getting good.
I mean that's any game these days. I mean before it was Fortnite, it was Call of Duty. We had a term for them. They were called squeakers.
Squeakers?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, because
when
they're
they
like
scream, it
barely
sounds like they're
going through
squeaking?
puberty, so they're like, "You suck."
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
dude,
exactly
that's
it.
hilarious.
Yep.
Stop it!
Get the fuck out of my room, playing Minecraft.
You're not my mom! Or dad, that's what it was.
You're
Shit.
not my
You're
dad.
not my dad! That's funny.
Damn, I got
But
a lot more
I
stuff
mean,
started here.
even with you covering just the interesting ones, that was still a pretty big ass list you had.
I mean, yeah, there were 3 events that I watched, and apparently there was a 4th that I missed. So this episode would be even longer if I had watched it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's that. I mean, anything else you guys want to talk about?
No, that's pretty much majority of what was going to be this discussion about anyways, so. And I can't There's more details actually too, Junior, as I'm playing Expedition now. Like, just more slowly, just kind of actually looking at everything a bit closer. You can tell these developers love video games because there's actually more Easter eggs to other games that it's like, oh, this is mimicking this game.
Yeah. I mean, you can find Ichigo's Zanpakuto for Verso in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then the character that I'm having a hard time fighting, I won't say who it is, seems to be mimicking, of course, Guts.
Actually, I think that is a reference to Elden Ring specifically, just because his weapon design looks very similar to a weapon in Elden Ring.
His hair, of course, reminds me of Goku / Gones when he goes fucking apeshit. You know exactly what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, you know how I told you there's specific worlds that when I go in, and it's just a fixed camera, you just run in, get whatever is there, and then you run out?
Yeah.
That's actually a shout out to the old Resident Evils.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. That could just be a shout out to old school games in general with fixed, like, cameras.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm, like, reaching a little bit, right? But the first time I played a game like that was Resident Evil. So when I started thinking about it, I was like, why is this so like, what's the point? And I was like, oh, it's a shout out for this. Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, and there's all kinds of references. I mean, I don't remember his name, but the lead developer, the founder of Sandfall, he said that he really liked the Final Fantasy games, so he wanted to create a game that was based off of his favorite game, which was Final Fantasy VII. And there's even a point where there's a frozen train with icicles that are like sticking out of it. And if you line it up, it looks like the logo to Final Fantasy VII.
And I did make the comparison too of the water area with the beautiful floating fireflies and the big old tree. I was like, this looks similar to the scene in Final Fantasy where
Final Fantasy X?
Yes! It looked so familiar to that. And I never thought, I was like, oh, maybe this is for Final Fantasy. But now you said that, it makes total sense.
Yeah, I could see the inspiration behind it. That scene in general is just like gorgeous.
Oh my god, dude. And the song, it's just so pretty. It makes me like get goosebumps whenever I see that scene.
And then the emotional depth behind that scene in Final Fantasy X, as well as the emotional depths behind why you go to that area in Expedition 33.
Oh my, yes. They did such a great job. And I can't wait until you play it, Francisco, and you better hurry the fuck up before I just say everything.
Well, I do gotta finish Dragon Age first.
Okay, I guess fine, yes. And then you should play.
Dude, you're gonna finish Dragon Age.
It is my next game on the list.
Dude, you're gonna finish Dragon Age, and then you're gonna start playing Expedition 33, and then you're gonna think to yourself, God, why did I waste time finishing Dragon Age for this game?
Absolutely.
I'm just trying to get games under my belt finally. It's been a long time.
You will finish Expedition faster because you will never stop playing.
What? Oh, that makes sense.
No, finish Dragon Age. It's better to get what you started finished first.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do because I have this really bad habit of starting a game and then I quit midway through and then I'm like, oh, I never finished it. Let me go back. And then I just completely forget everything. I forget how to play. I forget the story. And I'm like, well, I can either go on through and forget everything or start from the very beginning and then I'm back to step one.
No.
Step one.
Yeah.
Secure the keys.
Finish what you started, boy. You don't understand the reference. Never mind. It's a Spirited Away reference. Anyways.
Cool.
I don't have any topics to bring up.
All right. Well, the last thing I have written here is something I just wrote earlier today. I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline. So that's all I'm going off of right now. But apparently Charles Martinet is not allowed to like do his Mario voices because I guess Nintendo owns that.
Whoa. What? Yikes.
Ain't that some shit?
Well,
He said
I mean,
this was this morning?
he sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah, I just saw the article title and then read like the first like 2 sentences. I didn't actually like read the full thing because I was definitely not driving.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because that would be bad.
Yeah, because I don't do that. I don't go on my phone while I'm driving.
Of course not.
And so all I'm going off of was the article that said Charles Martinet is not allowed to do his Mario voices on video. And then the next sentence was like popular YouTuber Ricky Berwick met Charles Martinet at a recent convention. And then I was like, oh, I know what that convention is.
Yeah.
It was the one you went to.
Yeah, Fan Fusion.
So I guess he tried to get a video of him doing a voice, but Charles Martinet just straight up told him he couldn't.
That sucks. Especially because he no longer makes Mario lines for Nintendo.
Yeah, the way I see it is that's just bullshit.
It's stupid.
Yeah, that's definitely monopolizing. Like, if you no longer have an active contract with Nintendo, then you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want at this point.
I think you can own the character for sure. Like, that's totally, like, reasonable. But you don't own Charles Martinet's fucking voice. He can do the voice if he wants to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's Nintendo for you. Bunch of fucking leeches. 90-year-old leeches.
Company
Bro, I
greed
swear
at
to
its
God, man.
finest.
Nintendo keeps finding new ways to just make me hate them.
Yeah, but they make good games. God, if they made bad games, this would be so easy.
Yeah. Like Blizzard Entertainment.
Fuck, dude, if they didn't make the Zeldas, it'd be so easy to just cut them out of my life.
That's definitely what's holding a lot of us back, is that they made Zelda.
Not me.
But that's shitty Zelda. So
Well, then, you know what, Francisco? You should never play them because you'll get hooked.
I did like Ocarina of Time, but that game
Oh,
came out back
no.
when it was, when Nintendo was still a good company.
well, we didn't know if it was shitty because we were kids.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Francisco, all the 3D Zeldas, except for Skyward Sword, are like 7 out of 10s minimum.
They're great. Really? You give Majora a 7?
I said minimum.
Oh, okay.
Majora is like a
I
9.
was about to be like, wow. There you go. Okay, that makes more sense.
3D Zeldas, that would be a 7.
Oracle of Ages.
I said 3D.
Isn't that 3D?
No. It's a 2D one that came out on the Game Boy.
I thought there was a redone on the DS that I was referring to. And then the 4 Seasons.
Oh, so the remake you're thinking of is a remake of Link's Awakening, but it still plays as a 2D game, but it's got 3D models. It's 2.5.
I see. Stupid. Okay, but I understand now. Now I understand why the 2.5 is important.
You know what? I changed my mind. They're all at 8 minimum because I would give Twilight Princess an 8.
Twilight Princess is a 9. It's so good.
The problem with Twilight Princess, like my personal issue with it, is there's just a lot of fluff in between temples. Like Twilight Princess is really fucking long.
It is, but I liked that. I liked that there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more character development. There was a lot more life to the world instead of just go to this temple, go to that temple, fight this boss, talk to this specific person for this. Like, it was kind of nice to be able to get immersive into the world.
I mean, yeah, that's true that it makes the world feel more alive. and it gives Link a lot more to do than just temple, temple, temple. But let me put it in this perspective. The time frame between the second dungeon and the third dungeon, like going from the volcano to the water temple,
Right.
for me, who like knows what to do and has played the game already, takes like at least an hour.
I guess that's true. There's a lot of shit to do that Ocarina would never make you do that. Just go here, get that, get here, get that, get here, get that, and that's it.
Yeah, because you do Death Mountain, and then you have to go. You do the fucking bug collecting again. Then you have to do the bug boss. You have to go all the way up to the Zora's Fountain, and then you have to go back and you have to get the rock. You got to melt it, and then once you do that, you have to go and fucking find the sick Zora kid, because you have to get the suit that gives you the fucking water breathing abilities. And to do that, once you find the kid, he's sick, and then you have to escort them all the way back to Kakariko, and then you have to fight King Bulblin again. It's like so much shit to do.
And then you get turned into a wolf, so now you have to find the spirits of light to get turned back to a human. Like, there's a lot to do, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I loved it, because it was just, of course, you turn into a wolf, right? Whatever. But it was also, like, a darker-themed Zelda.
I mean, I guess. The darkest Zelda, in my opinion, is still Majora's Mask.
Oh, it definitely is. It's definitely the darkest Zelda game. But it was just darker than the other ones after Majora's Mask. So I just, like, really enjoyed it.
I mean, I still like Twilight Princess. I'm still giving it an 8 out of 10, which is still very good. I just think that there are moments where it just drags.
Especially when you get to the Sky World. Oh my god, dude, that was actually pretty horrible. Okay, 8 is justifiable.
Yeah, the back and forth is kind of annoying. Especially, dude, Twilight Princess's water temple is worse than Ocarina's. And I will stand by that.
It actually is. It actually is. Even the boss fight is worse. Like, it was pretty fucking painful going through it. But who likes the water temple in any Zelda anyways? Except for Majora's.
I mean, the quote-unquote water temple in Breath of the Wild wasn't too bad.
Can we call it a temple, though?
Nah.
Yeah. There's not really temples in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. Did you play Tears of the Kingdom?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did
I beat it? No.
Do you remember the water temple on that one?
Yeah.
That was annoying too.
Yeah. Like, why do they make it so unbearable? Is it on purpose just to keep up with the fucking shits and giggles now that goes with it?
And then to top it all off, the Muktarok is easily the worst boss in that game.
It's so boring.
It's so annoying.
It's so stupid. Yeah.
And then Sidon's water ability is just fucking pointless.
I hate it, dude. I'm like, what's even the point of you? Goodbye. I'll do this on my own, thanks. It's just really annoying. The new abilities are fucking cool, though. Be able to, like, fucking ram head on into a structure and, like, zip right through. The first time I did that, I actually laughed my ass off. I almost pissed myself.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, like phasing or some shit.
Something like that, yeah. Because when you hit it, it's like a hard as like, dong! And then you like little legs is fucking squirming underneath it. Like, oh my god, dude, it was so funny. It's like when you smacked your face up against the ceiling as Gyarados and your fucking face gets imprinted onto the floor. That's what I'd imagine when I did that for the first time.
Yeah, the new arm abilities for sure are better in Tears of the Kingdom, but the abilities of your companions are worse. They were definitely better in Breath of the Wild.
They definitely nerfed it, that's for sure.
Because they were broken as shit in Breath of the Wild.
Especially Revali's Gale, that shit was OP.
Yeah, it was. Same with the Urbosa's Fury was like the best way to like deal with Lynels.
Yes. So as soon as I got Revali's Gale, replaying it, knowing now how powerful it was, That was like the first thing I got. I was just like, later bitches, just fucking gliding all over the place now.
Yeah, on my first playthrough, I went to Zora's first, and then on my second playthrough, I was like,
did.
nah, I'm gonna go see the fucking Ritos.
Doritos. I did the same shit, bro. First game through, I was like, I love Zora's Domain. I'm gonna go check it out, right? Of course, Sidon's a hottie, and it was really fun to play. But then, for some dumbass reason, I saved Rivali's Gale for last. And I was like, I could have used this 3 fucking champions ago.
Yeah, my preferred order now on replay throughs is definitely the Ritos, then the Zoras, and then the Gerudos, and then finally the Gorons.
Yeah, I would agree. The Goron should be last. It's not something that's technically needed to change your gameplay. Rivali's Gale changes everything, and then of course the 1-up with Mifa's Grace.
I just do the Gorons last just because I think that one's the least fun. So I just go there when I'm stronger so I can blast through it quicker.
Yeah, and it's also expensive because there's no way of getting that suit of armor without paying for it.
Yeah. And then also I really like Thunderblight Ganon's fight. I think that's my favorite that's my favorite base game boss fight. So I like doing that when I'm not too strong so the fight lasts a little bit longer.
When I first went through it, I thought it was a fucking horrible boss fight. I was just getting so annoyed pulling my hair. Redoing it a second time and understanding better how the game works, I was like, oh, actually, this is a good boss. It's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I think that boss is a lot of fun. Anyways, we're talking about shit Francisco can't contribute to.
But
I haven't played them, so.
Yeah. They're good, though.
well, you should. That's a good game. Tears of the Kingdom, I definitely need to finish. I am at the end, dude, looking for Ganon's castle, temple, whatever you want to call it. And for some reason, I don't know why, I just like stopped playing.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I'll have to get back to that. Okay, I'm ready.
Well, yeah, you guys ready to call it there?
I am. Because I could just keep going all night, but I can't.
All right, sounds good. We'll just call it there. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Mighty Beans podcast. Of course, Twitters are in the description if you want to follow it. The only one who actually tweets is Francisco, but ours are there still anyways.
Well, I do too, but you don't want to see my shit, so.
I'm pretty sure I unmuted
Correct.
you a while back. I just don't see your tweets.
You might want to mute me again.
Nah, it's all right. Fuck it.
It is what it is.
Fuck it.
A lot of it now, I'm just saving it for, like, references for my art.
Yeah. I don't really scroll Twitter anymore. I used to back in the day just to, like, see what Smashes we're talking about because all I really follow are Smashers. But I don't really care anymore.
Yeah, it's all gone downhill anyways.
Yep. But, yeah, that's been the Mighty Beans. Buenos nachos.
Have a good one, guys.
Good night.